Did you know that reading on computer and phone and tablet screens is actually damaging the way our brain is forming, our ability to think, and other negative things? I didn't know either until I started reading this book, Reader Come Home. We're getting ready to talk about that. We're getting started right now. Today, we're diving into an important book called Reader Come Home by cognitive scientist Maryanne Wolf. Now, this book talks about something that affects all of us, how our brains are changing in this digital age, especially when it comes to reading. As Black teachers, students, and parents, this issue matters for us in a special way. Reading isn't just about learning new things, it's about developing critical thinking skills, preserving our culture, and fighting against miseducation and oppression. Let's break down some of the key points from the book and what we can do to keep reading alive and vibrant in our communities. Maryanne Wolf explains that when we read, especially when we deep read for meaning and analysis, it activates many parts of our brain. But here's the kicker. Our brains are not naturally wired to read. We have to build those connections. And the more we read, the stronger those connections become. With the rise of technology, we're reading in different ways, quick scrolling, skimming headlines, and jumping between screens. For Black students and parents, this is important because deep reading helps us sharpen our ability to think critically. This skill is key for understanding our history, for being able to identify misinformation, and being able to challenge injustice. So, when we switch to quick reading on phones or tablets, we might be losing some of that deeper thinking activity. As a general suggestion for teachers and parents, you can encourage your kids to balance digital reading with traditional physical books. Set aside deep reading time where your child can read for understanding and analysis, not just for information or entertainment. Wolf also highlights that reading helps build empathy. When we read about different characters, struggles, and experiences, it allows us to step into someone else's shoes and see things from other perspectives. This is crucial for Black students because empathy is connected to anti-racist and social justice activism and movements to end oppression. By reading diverse stories, especially by Black authors, Black youth can see their experiences validated and they can develop the ability to understand and care about other people's struggles as well. As a suggestion, teachers, bring more Black literature into your classrooms. Books like The Hate You Give or Between the World and Me, for example, can spark critical discussions about race, identity, current events, and justice. Parents, make it a habit to read books with your kids that reflect the news, politics, and their own cultural heritage. One of the biggest points in Reader Come Home is how digital distractions are changing the actual way we read. Wolf calls this skimming culture. Instead of reading deeply, we're jumping between apps, reading a few lines, and moving on. While technology brings us great opportunities, it can also take away our ability to focus, think deeply, come to conclusions, and make critical analysis. In our communities, we've already been battling against educational inequalities, and now we have to face the impact of technology on our ability to read. Think about it. If our kids are only skimming text, if our kids are only reading for bare bones information and facts, how can they develop the skills they need to read complex material, understand history, or write persuasively? Suggestion: parents and teachers, set limits on screen time for entertainment and encourage offline activities like reading actual physical books, journaling, or even reading together as a family. Create screen-free zones or times during the day where everyone in the house is focused on deeper reading. For Black families, this can be a powerful way to nurture critical thinkers and lifelong learners and leaders. It's not just about avoiding the screens, but creating reading traditions that celebrate our heritage and teach us nation-building information and skills. Suggestion: set up family reading nights where you and your kids read out loud, discuss a book, or even write your own stories. This can be a great way to bond and build literacy skills. Teachers, create reading challenges that connect with your students' cultural identities and encourage them to see reading as a powerful tool, not just for entertainment, not just to get tidbits of information, but for self empowerment. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on education, empowerment, and how we can continue building strong minds in our community. I'll leave a link in the description to Read It Come Home if you want to dig deeper into the science behind reading. Until next time, stay empowered and keep reading. Peace.